Look around at, actually I wanted to show, so on the first page usually you just make a new project, right? You can also do your recents, but there's also some cool features I've never actually looked at really, but the others learn to play. Um, don't know what those are about, maybe pretty useful, maybe kind of cool, lesson store. And then also some project templates, which I have no idea what these look like. Never actually used one of these, but let's just see. Um, Loading. Okay, cool. So it looks like they just load you in with a pre-made drummer and then some plugins that might be sort of traditionally used. So if you don't happen to have a MIDI controller, you can always do view and then what? Window? Maybe it's window. Show musical typing, or Command K is the shortcut. And there's your keyboard. So then you can hear what all these things sound like. The piano sounds like a piano. The strings sound like strings. This is kind of cool, all the preset. And maybe you're like, ooh, this is bass. Oh, that's super deep. Jeez. So maybe you want it lower. You can hit that button to go up and down octaves. Cool. And then velocity is basically how loud it is. Let's get a little quieter here. A little bit of change in the tone too. Okay, cool. So what else? So they gave us a drummer, which is kind of cool. And you can see at the top here, these are your measures. So here's the third measure starting, and the fourth, 2, 3, 4. And if you zoom, you can actually see those counts too. 2, 3, 4, 7. Okay. So maybe let's just experiment and try to make something with this built-in thing. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to try that. That sounds kind of cool. I just hit some random buttons and I like the sound of some of them. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to hit this to go back to the beginning. This is going to be a little click in, so you can have 4 counts clicking in. You can have with or without the metronome. Let's just do 4. Cool. It's really boring just to loop and repeat, but why not? Honestly, I think this would sound, right now it's all the way up here in this octave, so I can actually hear it. But I bet there's some really good low end here. So what I'm going to do is I want to double this track, so I'm going to do new track with duplicate settings, or Command D is your shortcut. And I'm going to copy this track, and I'm going to paste it again. I'm going to go right back to the beginning. If I paste it where I was, then it would be a little bit off kilter, and that would be kind of awkward, right? So I'll click this track. Let's just show you how it would be awkward, right? If you paste it like that, kind of awkward. Let's line them up. And I want to bring this sucker down an octave. So to edit a MIDI track, you can double click it. Oops. And it should bring it up down here. A little roll. Let's click this, get rid of the instruments. So I'm going to hit Command A, and that selects all my notes. Wonder if I know the shortcut here. Is it Command Shift down? No. Oh, cool. Option Shift down. So that's bring everything down an octave. If you do Option down, it goes by half step. So I'm going to do Shift Option, and then the down arrow. Bring it all down. What if I doubled this on the fizzy bass? What would that sound like? Let's just see. This is a trick I do sometimes. I think that sounds dumb. So you can click this little knob, right? This one is to edit your actual field. This knob is to adjust your instrument. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to mess with the transform pad. Okay, and then over here, right, you got headphones, solo, mute to mute one. You can actually do a couple solos at one time, but then you'll notice nothing else is playing. Okay, yeah, so I don't know, you sort of just keep building. You can always loop these with this one. I don't really know what else to do here. Maybe let's just let's do some strings just to see what it sounds like. Let's go up higher. I wish I could have my strings be plucked instead of bowed. What if I did this? Let's just try it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how did I come up with that? So what I did was I remembered these notes that I played earlier. You'll see I had the F down here, the G, this is the C. Then there's also the A flat in there too. And if you look at the notes I played over here, it's up an octave, but we got the F in there, we got the A flat in there, we got the C in there, we got the G in there, and then I added that E, which would be the leading tone because it leads you right back to our key. We're in a, this must be F minor. What if I doubled this on the Vox? Vox is vocals. See what this sounds like. Oh god, that sounds awful. That sounds really bad. Well, let's find a different Vox, because this Vox sounds crazy. So I went back up to my instruments up here in the corner. I'm just going to search for sounds. Let's just try breathy Vox. Sure, why not? Crazy. That's kind of cool, this sound. I really like listening to that by itself, so I'm like, what if we started with that and then everything else came in after that? That would be kind of cool, right? I think so, at least. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to hit Shift. Yeah, and when I hit Shift, I can select multiple ones. So I'm going to select everyone. I'm going to have them come in. I'm going to do 2 measures of that. So I'm going to have everyone come in at bar 3. So I'm going to click and drag everyone over. Cool. Now we're all over here. This is my little looper right now. I'll just extend that. Actually, let's just do it like this. That'll be kind of cool. Hey, can I not play from the beginning? No. Ugh, the loopers, they're so annoying. Okay. Do less. The nice part about these drummers, right, is they actually add in those fills like you just heard right here. Burr, 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 burr. But you know, you could always program your own drums if you want to as well. But yeah, no shame in using the drummer tracks. A lot of people might not even notice. And honestly, building drums on GarageBand itself is not super easy because they don't give you all the easy features like punching in the notes you want. You got to actually either build them by double-clicking and creating a note, right? Which is how a lot of electronic music producers work. Personally, it feels very tedious to create every single note I want to use. I prefer using the keyboard, but because I'm a keyboard player. But yeah, with a keyboard, you actually have your drum sounds on here. There's your kick. Kick is usually on the C, but usually low. And then you got snare. Usually two kinds of snares. Maybe it'd be easier on a normal drum kit, because a lot of times the electronic ones add extra features. Okay, standard drum set, kick, claps, or rim. This one, oh, this one doesn't have claps, interesting. Snares, and then here's your toms. Those are the fills, and then your cymbals up here. Hi-hat, I think. And then like open hi-hat, crash cymbal. There's your ride cymbal. More crashes. Yeah, so right, like, you can't see it, but I'm hitting T, too, for the hi-hats. So that's how I do drums. Usually if I'm not on Logic, where I can punch them in with the nice little drum creator, or you can actually do that on your phone, too. In the GarageBand on your phone, you can build drums with a nice little drum creator, and then you can actually just send it directly to your computer, and then you can import your drums that way. Which is nice, because you get those, you remember hearing those cool little rolls in the snare right here? You can super easily do that on the iPhone version of GarageBand. Or if you have Logic, or if you have another sort of DAW, you probably can do that too. But yeah, you just repeat the note and it gives that cool little trill. Okay, there's a nice little intro.